Hello, we are the Schönauerhof tour guides, and we want to make your holiday into an unforgettable experience. You can be certain that we will do our very best so that you have an amazing carefree time with us. If any problems do occur, we can solve them really quickly, thanks to our specialist know-how. We still need you to do your bit too, though. The following tips are very important in ensuring that our guided tours run smoothly. Therefore, please give us your full attention for the next few minutes. Here we go. You can only take part in our guided tours after you have registered in writing. The relevant form needs to be fully completed and signed. By giving your signature, you agree that you have understood and accepted the content of the film and agree that the hotel and tour guide are released from any liability. In the short briefing, up-to-date instructions about the day's tour will be given. The course will be briefly outlined, and we will discuss the stages: first free riding, refueling stops, and rest stops. All participants on our guided tours, without exception, must start with a full tank. The tour guide will plan further fuel stops based on the motorcycle with the shortest range. Keeping sensible distances and not riding too close together allows the tour guide to see the group better in his mirror. If there are any emergency braking maneuvers, it also means there is a bigger stopping gap for braking. Danger. It does often happen that another road user approaches us using our side of the road. Ideally, we don't just ride the most appropriate line, but also plan in enough extra space, so that, if necessary, we can go round them. Overtaking is not allowed within the group. You can only change position during stops and breaks. This avoids any moments of panic and is for everyone's safety. Many bikers have picked up a bad habit of using the oncoming lane. This corner cutting is not just forbidden, but is also highly dangerous. Our plea is to please always stay in your lane, on your side of the road. Riders should ride in pairs next to each other when stopping, for example at crossings, roadworks, traffic lights or other stops. This saves space and means the group can rejoin traffic quickly and in a familiar formation. This can help avoid the group being split, particularly during short green lights at traffic lights. It is sometimes necessary for people to leave the group in order to do things like withdraw cash, go shopping, or visit the doctor or pharmacy. If a participant wants to leave a guided tour early, this is allowed at any time, as long as the tour guide has been informed. Danger. Cattle grids are designed to shut off cow paddocks. There is a risk of sliding when crossing cattle grids in the wet or on steep inclines. When riding across, this danger can be avoided by not braking or accelerating on the grid. Everyone overtakes for themselves. Here we should check that when merging, enough room is left for the rider behind you, so that he can also overtake safely. Danger. We could meet grazing cattle in the most unlikely places. It is also possible that a herd of cows look for shelter in a tunnel in extreme heat or strong rains. You should also bear in the mind that a cow could cross your path when you are exiting a hairpin bend or a blind spot. Even once an animal has left the road, their proximity can still call for maneuvers that are sometimes very exciting. If any incidents occur that require an emergency stop, for example a mechanical problem with a motorcycle, you should inform the rider in front of you by indicating to the right-hand side of the road and repeatedly honk the horn. This procedure is then carried out by the other participants until the tour guide has recognized the signal. The tour guide will then find a suitable place where he can stop the whole group safely. The tour guide pays all the road tolls at toll stations in order to avoid any stress or waiting times for the tour participants. Any fees for tolls are then calculated by the hotel system. The tour guide pays all fees for the whole group and waves the tour participants through, one by one. During turning maneuvers, everyone is responsible for the person behind them. You can only turn once you have made eye contact. This helps to check the correct person is behind you and not just another motorcyclist. If a participant does get lost during a turn, this can jeopardize the rest of the tour. At particularly attractive sections of the tour, such as passes or special motorcycle routes, the tour guide absolves the participants from the agreed rules and introduces free riding. He indicates to the right side of the road to signal this and waves through the participants with his left hand. From now on, the tour participants can decide for themselves how they are going to ride the section. Free riding is not a starting shot for a race between riders. The key here is assessing your own ability. The tour guide always rides the section last, and therefore he can make sure all participants reach the meeting point. If nothing else has been agreed, the meeting point is always the top of the pass. If at the meeting point or top of the pass a stop is not planned, then all participants should be ready to leave once the tour guide has arrived. Thank you for listening and have a pleasant tour.